beast in me.
So do you know anything about this place?
Just the address.
Is caged by frail and fragile bars.
Wow.
Restless by day and by night, rants and rages.
Look like Granny likes to play a little pool. What exactly did Granny do for a living?
I have no idea. I just learned about her yesterday.
The beast in me. God help the beast in me.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of the M News. Before 2013, I was a big fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I've been waiting for Texas Chainsaw 3 for over 3 months before I heard it was coming out. Was I disappointed? A lot. I was pretty disappointed when I saw it. You're expecting Texas Chainsaw Massacre to be really, I was expecting it since it was going to be newer and probably, not modern day, like the movie shouldn't take place in modern day, it should take place probably back a little ways back in Texas, but I was expecting, well, to have better, let's say, acting, if that's useful, better special effects. This movie kind of seemed to me and looked to me almost like sci-fi murders, almost a little bit. I seen some stabbing scenes and the blood looked like it was almost sci-fi. So, like if you've ever seen sci-fi movies, they would have the kind of cheesy blood scenes and such and such. Was it a bad movie? Was it the worst one I've seen? No, it wasn't. Was it? The movie had heart. It had a little bit of heart in there. That's what I liked about it. It was, about a girl played by Alexandria Daddario. She plays a girl named Heather Miller, who is actually a descendant of the Sawyer family, who was actually recently shot down by a bunch of hillbillies and one sheriff. She's a descendant from the Sawyers and she's been sent a letter saying she now owns the house to the Sawyer residence, which she does not know a man lives in her basement with a chainsaw. Dan Yeager plays Leatherface. He does a fairly good job as Leatherface. They all do a fairly good job as their characters. The acting was not the best. I was disappointed about that. There was some moments where, you like, oh, this is acting like it's not. You're not supposed to tell it's acting. You're supposed to tell it feels like they're actually in the situation. This didn't feel like they were in a situation. If they were scared, some moments they did, some moments they didn't. That's how I felt about it. Texas Chainsaw was not the best film of the year. I do recommend it, though, if you are a Leatherface fan or a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan. I would recommend it. It's better than the old Texas Chainsaw 3, 4, the New Beginning and all them. It's better than those, I have to say. But it did have a little heart in it between Leatherface and the main character. That's what I kind of liked about it. It was, because this movie's mostly about the family and what they would do with their family, and Leatherface and Heather Miller show a lot of that in common. The Sawyer family showed that. It's a decently good cast. I mean, you got, I forget his name. I am not going to name it, but his name is Bill something. And he does star in a lot of Rob Zombie films. He played Drayton Sawyer in this film. He was a very, very decently good Drayton Sawyer. I thought probably the best dress out there besides the other one who started in 1974, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Was this as good as Texas Chainsaw Massacre? No, it was not. Decent. Sadly not. I was expecting it would at least come close, but it didn't. Would I expect that? No, I wouldn't, because, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a classic, and you can't compare it. I can compare it to this one by far. It's not as good as Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was a decently good. It was a bad movie in some ways, and a little good movie in a lot of ways. Not a lot of ways, but it's not a really good movie. I would check out probably Sinister or The Conjuring or, other movies besides this one. But if you are into Texas Chainsaw Massacre and, you like the slasher films, then go ahead, check it out. There's some cool scenes in there, but then there was some scenes where you're just like, oh my god. Other than that, I am going to give Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because it did have heart, and I fairly liked it. A 5 out of 10. I give it 50% out of 100. Yeah, but that's all for this review. Check it out, though, if you think you guys are wanting to see it. Like, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you guys thought of the new Texas Chainsaw 3D. What do you think of the old 1974 one? Would you compare it to this one? I think I would. Yeah, but that's all for this review. Have a nice, good day.
Bye.